Chairman, sir. I also rise to participate in the discussion on this particular cut motion moved by the Honorable MLA from Nongkrem, Adan Miller Sarimai, to discuss the style and functioning of the Power Department. Sir, but before I embark upon my submission, please allow me a couple of minutes to clear all doubts and in fact to clear the air as to why I am participating in this cut motion. I've been asked by friends from the media who thought that I had the minister in charge in mind to personally attack him. Whereas, for the information of this August House, sir, I have posed a number of questions to the Honorable Chief Minister, the PHE Minister. In fact, today I was ready with supplementary questions for the Deputy CM in charge of Urban Affairs, but the main questioner, Adalbert, is absent. I could not raise those issues. And I was also asked by one media person yesterday as to how I did not raise such questions when Mr. Mandal was the Power Minister. I had to explain to him that as colleagues in the cabinet, we were not supposed to ask questions on the floor of this August House, but that I had subjected him to a lot of queries outside this House. So, sir, I strongly believe that we are here to strengthen institutions, and we are here in a temple, a church of democracy, and we are all strict adherents and members of that church of democracy. Institutions, sir, are larger than men, and like Alfred Lord Tennyson's brew, they remind us, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. We are not here permanently, sir, as members of this August House or as members of the cabinet, but institutions will have to carry on. The system has to carry forward, which is why, sir, I will now come straight to my submission. My main concern in participating in this cut motion before this House approves this humongous amount of more than 1,000 crores, I'm deeply concerned over the fact that the department, the Power Department, is suffering from various ailments. There is chronic mismanagement, there is alleged power theft, apparent collusion between certain industrial consumers and officials of the department, especially in the Bernihat industrial belt, which are directly harming the financial and technical health of Meghalaya's power sector and also burdening honest consumers. So the situation at the Bernihat Rajapala GIS substation, the continuing technical dying condition of critical assets, the persistent non-payment of massive industrial power bills, and the glaring absence of transparent enforcement and accountability suggest systemic failure rather than isolated lapses. So let me point out that there are repeated instances of suspected under-metering, bypassing of metering CT/PT circuits, abnormal loss patterns for feeders catering to industries in Bernihat. So it is a massive leakage of revenue that is being caused to the state, a systemic bleeding of the department. There are large sudden drops in recorded demand and energy, despite no corresponding fall in industrial production. Sir, the repeated tripping, low reliability, and life-expired equipment being used at the Rajapala GIS station with several protection switching elements operating in a dangerously compromised state. So despite multiple internal notes and recommendations for urgent upgradation, the situation remains in a near collapsed condition, risking grid security and supply to both industries and domestic consumers. Industrial consumers, sir, with long pending high-value areas are being allowed to continue operations and receive uninterrupted supply. There are frequent instances where disconnection notices are issued but not acted upon, or are quietly withdrawn, suggesting undue influence or collusion. There is apparent mismatch between energy built and energy actually drawn by some industries, with no serious penal and criminal proceedings initiated. Very few FIRs or prosecutions or exemplary penalties for industrial power theft have happened, despite clear technical evidence of losses and manipulation. So therefore, before we agree to pass and approve this amount, I would like to get a categorical assurance from the Minister in charge of Power as to the plan of action, if any, that the department has devised in order to come clean on this matter and clear the air for members of this august House. So I have several queries, but I'd like to not prolong my submission. A few relevant points that needs to be pointed out, sir, is that, for instance, why is there no round-the-clock special enforcement cell exclusively for the Bernihat Industrial Belt, despite its known high-risk profile for theft and manipulation? When was the Rajapala GIS station last comprehensively audited? On what technical basis is a GIS substation repeatedly described as being in a dying condition still being operated without immediate upgradation or replacement, despite severe consequences of a catastrophic failure for the entire region? There is a suspicion of a close nexus between industries and the department. Now, as a concerned member of this august House, I seek to know how many industrial consumers in Bernihat and the surrounding areas currently have areas that have jumped from 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs to a crore. Areas, sir, that are due to the department. And how many of those are drawing power without disconnection as we speak? Why are industries with years of unpaid bill or disputed bill allowed to continue operations? Is there any internal vigilance or a system of check to ensure that this nexus between certain industries and officials responsible for billing, metering, and disconnection takes place? If there is, what are the findings? Why are they not made public? So these are red flags that I'd like to post. Why is there no publicity available on governance, transparency, and accountability? Why is there no monthly dashboard showing feeder-wise losses, industrial areas, enforcement actions for high-risk zones like Bernihat, despite the technology and data being readily available within the department? During question hour, sir, the Honorable Chief Minister spoke about digitization that is happening in Meghalaya. Whether that would also be extended to this particular zone that I mentioned. Will there be an independent third-party technical and financial audit of the Birnihat industrial feeders, Rajabala GIS and other key GIS and SS assets in the state? What assurance can the Minister give to the citizens of Meghalaya that power theft in Birnihat will be treated as an organized economic crime? Every rupee of industrial areas and theft assessment will be pursued, that no industry will be allowed to operate with impunity due to political or bureaucratic patronage. Sir, in fine, I would like to submit that there needs to be an emergency technical shutdown come audit of the Rajabala GIS station with a time-bound funded upgradation plan and fixed responsibility for past delays. The need to constitute a special multidisciplinary task force, technical, vigilance, finance and legal, focused solely on Birnihat to investigate power theft, recover areas and recommend criminal prosecution, and to publish a complete consumer-wise statement of industrial dues, enforcement actions and technical audit outcomes for the Birnihat area so that the people of Meghalaya can finally see who is looting the power sector and who is protecting them. With these few submissions, sir, I expect and look forward to a comprehensive reply from the Minister in charge. Thank you, sir.